Okay, we ready?
Yes. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Elaine McNeil, and this is
Kathryn Beasley.
And today we'll be going over our marketing strategies to drive excitement and brand awareness for the opening of our imaginary grocery store, the Orchard. So we hear our grandparents talk a lot about how back in the day things used to be different, that they used to be better. When you went to the grocery store, you knew the people that worked there because it was a family-owned grocery store. When you bought your food, you knew where your food came from because it was all local. Well, if you asked me where I bought this apple, I would answer with the name of the store, not the name of the farm it was grown at or the name of the family that grew it. But what if I bought it at a different store? A grocery store that focused on selling locally produced produce. You may be wondering, why does it matter? Food's all the same, isn't it? Well, it's a matter of comfort. Are you more comfortable buying a used sofa from a family friend you've known for decades or from a stranger on Craigslist? It's the same with food. Would you rather eat an apple that was grown locally or an apple that came from across the country? That's what the Orchard is all about, connecting local families to local farmers. Now, one way the Orchard could spread brand awareness is by sponsoring a annual field trip for local elementary school students to visit local farms. You may be wondering why this is important or how it helps spread brand awareness. When children get excited about something, they tell their parents, and their parents become interested and excited as well. This also helps because it promotes healthy eating, which is what the Orchard is all about, selling healthy foods to healthy children. Now this is Claire. She's an elementary student at a local elementary school. Like any good child, she knows all of her fruits and vegetables, but she doesn't know where the food she eats comes from. The Orchard changes this when they sponsor an annual field trip that allows her to go and meet Farmer Joe on his apple orchard. Farmer Joe shows them around the farm and shows them how apples are grown and how they're collected, and allows her class to each pick some apples to take home to their own families. So Claire goes home and tells her parents all about her day, including Farmer Joe's farm and the apples she got, and her parents become interested and look up where his apples are sold. So now her family goes to the Orchard to buy some more of Farmer Joe's apples that Claire loves so much. Another way to spread excitement and brand awareness is for the Orchard to hire young adults through a job fair. You may be wondering why we focus on young adults. Well, everyone wants to be cool, and when you have a store full of young adults, it automatically has that cool and hip vibe. Also, job creation is a very big hot topic right now. It's a recession right now, and job creation is a hot topic because jobs are hard to find. So a job fair showcases to the local community that the Orchard is not just interested in making a profit. They are interested in helping the local community by creating jobs and helping local people get local jobs. This is Madison. She's a local high school student and she just turned 16 and she's been looking for her first job. While looking, she's been having difficulty finding jobs as everyone seems to be full. No one seems to be hiring. She's about to give up on looking for her first job when she saw a newspaper ad for the Orchard in its job fair. So she tells a few of her friends and they all go to the job fair together. At the job fair, she learns about the Orchard and its mission and gets more and more excited about it. The Orchard hires Madison because of her friendliness and her excitement about the store and its brand. The friendliness and excitement that Madison brings to the store creates an atmosphere of friendliness and energy that only young adults can bring. So the atmosphere created by employing young adults helps attract people to the store. One other method for attracting people is for offering live in-store demos on how to cook locally produced fruits and vegetables. Many people are used to getting their fruits and vegetables frozen or canned, so some may need to be educated on how to cook fresh vegetables, and some may need to try some new fruits and vegetables. You can easily advertise the live demos on a Facebook page. Ideally, each branch of the Orchard would have its own Facebook page, a local Facebook page, so everyone could like the Facebook page for their orchard, not just all the orchards. So you could easily create an open Facebook event that is viewable to the public, then the public could share with their friends and invite them. So this is not only an educational experience that will bring people in, it's also a social experience. As I mentioned before, people can easily invite their friends over Facebook. This brings in new customers because the regular customers know about these events and then try to bring in their friends along with them. This is Joanna. She's a regular customer at the Orchard, and she just found out about a apple dumpling recipe demo on Facebook. She shared the event on her Facebook page, and her friends Natalie and Carmen said they were interested and decided to go along. Natalie and Carmen have never been to the Orchard before, so this is their first experience. So at the apple dumpling demo, they learned the recipe, and on their way out, they decide that they're going to buy all the ingredients so they can test it out and have a girls' night at home and test out the recipe. Well, they have so much fun that Natalie and Carmen decide that they want to become regular customers of the Orchard, and they also want to attend more live demos. So they like the local Facebook page so they can keep up with the schedule for the upcoming live demos. One of the best ways to attract people is through a good loyalty program. Good loyalty programs can be good and bad, and not all are created equal. Point-based loyalty programs require you to spend hundreds of dollars before you can redeem anything, and usually it's for a 10% off coupon on something you don't even want in the first place. So a good loyalty program not only attracts people, but it keeps people coming back. We could offer weekly discounts on select cuts from the butcher, or coupons for redeemable at the bakery, or especially discounts on seasonal fruits and vegetables, because that is what the Orchard is all about. Seasonal fruits and vegetables that are produced locally. That really draws people in, and it's something unique to the Orchard, whereas other grocery stores just offer discounts on soda all the time. This is Lisa. She's a local mother, and she is an expert at coupons and saving and discounts, and she has signed up for many loyalty programs. She tries to avoid point-based loyalty programs because she doesn't feel she gets her money's worth. Why would she spend $100 to redeem a 10% off coupon? That doesn't sound like a good deal to her. She had heard about the Orchard opening, but wasn't that interested before. Then she heard on the news about the grand opening and the discounts, the loyalty program. She wasn't that interested, and then she heard again on Facebook about the Orchard after a friend had liked the loyalty program post on the Orchard page. So Lisa decides to go to the grand opening and sign up for the loyalty program and check out the Orchard as a whole, because she has been attracted by the loyalty program.
Thank you, Elaine.
Mm-hmm.
Another way that we can engage customers to help build brand awareness and excitement for the opening of the Orchard is to have an invitation-only preview event. At this event, local community leaders, such as the mayor, the city council members, school board members, as well as local chefs, winemakers, and also sommeliers are able to come and visit the store prior to its opening. These people, as leaders in their communities, not only influence their families and their friends to make decisions, but they also influence the entire community as a whole. So by inviting these people to come in and see everything that the store has to offer, they become champions, and it's always nice to have advocates in high places. This is John and Courtney. They're a local couple, and as members of the community, and especially members who are married, they find it hard to find time to go and experience new and exciting things within the community. So they're excited when they receive this invitation to attend the Orchard's grand opening event. Or not the grand opening event, I'm sorry, to attend the invitation-only preview. Whenever they get to the preview, they're very excited to find that local winemakers and that sommeliers are going to be available to explain to them the differences in wines that are available in the region and also in the local communities. They were unaware that so many of these opportunities were available with the wineries because previous to this experience, there's been no place for them to go to experience a wine tasting. After they're done with the wine tasting, Courtney is able to go over to the deli and learn about all of the finest meats and cheeses that are available through the deli. She automatically, as soon as she realizes how great the products are, she goes and she orders a tray so that she can take it to a party that she's holding later on in the month. While Courtney is visiting the deli, John is able to go over to the butcher, who is providing a food demo where he explains how to properly marinate and cook meat so that it's not only tender, but it is also very flavorful. He's excited about this opportunity because he likes to grill, of course, as lots of men do. And so he's excited to know how to do this. As they're leaving, Courtney and John were not only able to interact with local leaders in their communities, they're also able to experience all of the things that the orchard has available to them. This store becomes a store that's not just for the community and not just the family, but also for couples who are interested in spending some time together. The grand opening, or any store that's worth its salt, is going to hold some sort of grand opening celebration. And the orchard is definitely no exception to this rule. No, I should probably change that. It's definitely no exception to this rule. The grand opening celebration will incorporate numerous different activities for people to participate in. One of these will be the cookout, where there are several different categories where people are able to choose what it is that they're best at, and so they're able to enter into those categories. One of the categories will always include the most abundant produce that they've had for that particular season, which of course this year at the orchard is going to be apples. This community event engages not only people that are interested in the cook-off, but it also includes activities such as a concert that includes only local musicians. It will include bounce houses and face painting, just like any event that you would imagine that kids would want to come to would include. Farmers and local chefs will judge the event, will judge the cook-off, and so they're able to engage with the people that are cooking, which will allow more interaction between all of these folks. The winners of the different categories at the cook-off are able to receive a gift card to the orchard, and in addition to that, their recipes are also posted on the food blog that belongs to the orchard. And so this way, people that are in the local community are able to go on and make these recipes for themselves. This is the Anderson family. Mr. and Mrs. Anderson find out about the cook-off and about all of these events that are going on through a local radio advertisement. Mr. Anderson decides to enter the cook-off, and he decides he's going to make chili, while Mrs. Anderson wants to compete along with him, but she decides to enter the apple category. And so at the end of the grand opening celebration, they find out that Mr. Anderson has won 5th place for his chili, Mrs. Anderson has won 1st place for her apple strudel. And so she is able to get the gift card, and it also has her recipe posted to the food blog. Once the cookout part of the day is over, the entire family is able to go and to experience all the other activities that are going on. The children are excited to see that some of their friends are involved in performing in a play that is being put on by the local elementary school. This play is, of course, entitled Old MacDonald Visits the Orchard. And so they're able to watch their friends participate in that. They're also able, at this event, to participate in a petting zoo. The pets that are being made available at this zoo are provided, or not the pets actually, so much as the livestock, is provided by the local FFA chapter. And so the FFA members are able to talk to the children and explain to them what livestock is and how it's taken care of and all of those sorts of things. So they're able to have value added from that visit. Monthly farmers markets will be held at the orchard so that we can continue to develop and reinforce the idea of bringing local farms to local families. Monthly, farmers will be available so that they'll be able to talk to all of the community members about where their food comes from, to learn about all of the ways that these farmers are growing their food, how it's healthy, how it's safe. And so it's able to reinforce the idea that we have not only safe food and wholesome food, but we also, like, you can identify, as Elaine said, an actual face and an actual person that is growing the produce that's being made available for you. We also have cooking demos along with this so that local produce can be integrated. The local produce that's being provided by these farmers can be integrated into everyday meals that are being served to these families. And so what this does is it changes the shopping experience that on a normal Saturday would be very hectic into sort of an experience. And so people are able to go around and they're able to visit with one another. They're also able to learn more about their food, and they're able to have a good time while they're there and hopefully learn a few things. At one of the monthly farmers markets, that Claire, as you'll remember, we talked about her at the beginning of the story, that her family has come to really enjoy these events. And so at one of these farmers markets, They're walking around and Claire sees Farmer Joe, whose farm and orchard that she visited earlier in the year and was able to pick apples. Claire is able to talk to Farmer Joe, and she's also able to have her family come and meet him. And they're able to talk about their trip and then also to learn more about the crop, the abundant crop that he's had growing this year. So this event and these monthly events that we're going to do continue to reinforce all these ideas that we're trying to build. Not only that apples are important, because clearly we feel that they are, but also that the families and the local farms should connect to the local families. So you might have noticed throughout this whole presentation that we haven't talked a whole lot about large marketing campaigns. We haven't talked about commercials and print advertising and radio advertising, because all of these things we feel are a given. They're things that are going to be included in any marketing strategy that you're going to have. But what's different about the orchard is the orchard cares about people, and the orchard cares about the community. And so all of those beliefs and those foundations that the orchard believes in need to be incorporated in engaging with the local community, because the orchard is people. The orchard changes shopping, as I mentioned earlier, from being a chore and something that you have to do to something that you want to do in an experience. It is easy to build brand awareness and excitement by telling people that they're going to have, local food and wholesome food and healthy food. It's also very simple to tell them that this is the man, this is the farmer that is growing your produce. Thank you.
Thank you.